Well, we're outside and I'm going to do some more solar experiments. Now, this is prompted really by one of my viewers that said where I had the solar panel originally placed in the window, it was vertical, and obviously the sun, well, hopefully comes down vertically, and I wasn't getting the maximum current for it. So I'm outside now. I've got the solar panel. Literally, the sun is just up there and the solar panel is just in line. You couldn't have a better line of sight. So let me show you what we've got. Well, here's the solar panel receiving lots of nice warm sun. It's a little bit windy today, so apologies if that gets in the microphone. But what I've got on, I nearly said on the bench, but on the table here, I've got my battery that's propping it up, and the solar panel charger unit is just there, which I'll show you again in a second. And I've also got an ammeter in series with the solar panel. As you can see, this is a little ammeter with 5 amps full scale. It's relatively accurate. Now you'll notice now the current has dropped to virtually zero, and this is an anomaly to do with the charger unit. Obviously the battery has to be protected against overvoltage, because theoretically this solar panel can put out 19 volts, and 19 volts across a 12 volt battery is not good. You'd expect it to be 13.8 or something like that, which is what it would receive if it was a car battery. Now this is the solar charger, and that's the voltage coming from the solar panel into the battery. If you can look at the ammeter and see it's gone back to zero, now the voltage has dropped. The ammeter is showing about 700 milliamps. Now you watch when the voltage goes up. The sun's slightly less. There, it went over 14 volts, and now the current has dropped to near zero. It's actually about 100 milliamps, something like that. So to me, this is the penalties of getting a cheap system. Instead of regulating the voltage down to a sensible number, see that's now 15, I expect that'll cut out. So now it's not charging anymore, other than by about 50 milliamps. Whereas really, this regulator box should regulate the voltage so it can charges continuously, but it don't. So that's really frustrating, because it means that when you've got really good sun, the output of the solar panel goes up to 15, 16 volts, and obviously producing the maximum current, the thing cuts out. Now, it's not because this solar panel can produce so much power that you're in danger of blowing up the battery. It's just that the regulator sees too high a voltage, doesn't take any consideration of the current, and decides it won't charge, which is really annoying. This is peaking at 800 milliamps. So that's the maximum it looks like. We may get up to an amp. Optimistic, I think. Now, one of the things I wanted to do with this free electricity, I've just got so many megawatts that I just don't know what to do with it, but one of the things I wanted to do, I use my laptop first thing in the morning. It runs on batteries during that time, and the batteries only last about 2 hours. Then I have to charge it, so I thought, I've got some free electricity, let's try it. But there was 2 problems. The first one is it wanted 19 volts, and the second problem was the barrel is non-standard. So that leads me on to my newest toy. Now this bundle is my latest acquisition from Banggood. Incidentally, I've paid for this out of my own money. I'm just telling you it came from Banggood, but there are millions of other people sell them. This is a little kit that has some crop clips, and incidentally they are the usual China standard, i.e. thin, crappy wire with just a crimp. So you need to take those off, redo them, and they're okay for about 200 milliamps, but you certainly wouldn't want to draw any more current because the wire gets hot. You also get these, a couple of more crappy crocodile clips and a couple of 4mm plugs. But this is the main thing. I don't know what that's doing there, that's got nothing to do with it. These are adapters, that's nothing to do with it either. And they are every conceivable size. I don't know how many there are here, I haven't counted them, but they range from pretty big to amazingly small, and a few odd things as well. Now the one that's missing is this one, because the lead that comes with it has got a plug that's, I don't think fits anything, but you can see the difference between the two, the one my laptop needs and the one this needs. So that adapter goes in there, and that plugs into the switch mode power supply. So the output of the battery via the solar charger, which is a nominal 12 volts obviously, goes into here, and through pressing various buttons I get 19 volts out of it, which is also what my laptop needs. And I'm amazed to report it works rather well. I've had this actually some time, probably about 5 years now, and I've used it for all sorts of things, and I must say it's been pretty good. I know you don't hear that from me often. I wanted to draw 2.3 amps at 19 volts, which according to my mathematics in my head, which could be questionable, is about 43, 44 watts. This gets very hot. That diode, or is it a transistor? I think it's a diode, but I don't really want to pull it apart to have a look. This is a buck boost, by the way, so obviously I'm boosting rather than bucking. Got to say that carefully. I'm boosting, so this diode and this, whether it's a transistor or a triac, it's a 3-lead. It's a 3-lead device. Let's leave it at that for the moment. Gets almost too hot to touch, and the transistor stroke triac, whatever you'd like to call it, FET, gets pretty hot. So it's the same problem. Whatever you buy, you think, oh, it's got heat sinks on and it's rated, I think from memory this is rated about 200 watts, but don't quote me on that, because I've never, this is the most power I've ever drawn from it in the past. So this is the first time I've started to make things warm, and I don't know whether it's too hot, but I have a feeling with electronics that if it's too hot to touch, then its life is going to be lower. I know some of these transistors claim junction temperatures of hundreds of degrees, but when you look at a piece of vintage amplifier or something like that, when they've got regulators on them that run a bit on the warm side, it gradually burns all the board, and then eventually the solder connections break and or it blows up. Whenever I've built or used any electronics, I've always made sure that it runs cool. Even if I have to take off these heat sinks and go and steal a manhole cover. Can you say manhole cover these days? Anyway, that's just a quick video showing you what I've been doing. Bloody hell, I forgot what I was going to say now.